I wear my helmet every day, and it's a must that you wear your helmet at deadline. If you don't wear your helmet at deadline, you're off the road. You don't make no money that day.
I don't think it's the messenger company's job to make sure you're wearing your helmet. I think it's just common sense. You should wear your helmet just because you're showing other people that you're intelligent.
I think it's definitely wiser to wear a helmet when you're working, and you know, a lot of it's just kind of a comfort or vanity issue why people don't wear helmets.
I have 3 different bikes. I keep them as clean as possible. I keep my chains lubed. I keep my hubs greased. I keep every moving part moving as smoothly as possible.
You want to check your bike before you go out daily, to be honest with you. You want to check your brakes. You want to check the oil. You want to oil your chain.
You spend a lot of time with your bike, and I call it pre-game and post-game. And, you know, just ride around your block, make sure the brakes are tight, you know, tinker with this, tinker with that.
You almost become one with your bike, and if there's something wrong with your bike, you can almost sense it.
The most important thing about any bike for any messenger is it fitting you well. You know, I mean, it's a fast bike that doesn't fit you well would not suit you as well over the months and years and such as a slow bike that did fit you well. You know, you don't want to wear an uncomfortable pair of pants all day. It's much the same thing.
I think right now I would prefer to ride the road bike and just avoid the dangers in the road rather than having a large, heavier mountain bike and just running right over them.
I used to ride a mountain bike, and now I don't think I can ride a mountain bike again. I just love riding my road bike. It's so perfect.
Working downtown prior to messengering, I worked at the Hancock Building, and I would, you know, lock up with 2 locks every time I went into work. And throughout the day, coming in and out of the building, I would notice these messenger bikes just leaned up against the building with one lock through the front tire and the frame, and just be appalled. You know, I mean, how could you ever leave your bike in such a state? I mean, it's downtown Chicago.
There are a few buildings that you can. Let's see, I can, and it's just for efficiency's sake, lock the bike to itself, the back tire to the frame. And I only do that at buildings where there's a lot of people out front.
You know, if I know I'm going to be in and out of the building rather quickly, I'll just lean up against the building and throw the lock on the frame through the front tire.
They call a no parking sign or something that's not bolted into the ground a sucker pole, because someone can just pick up the pole and then take your bike if you're locked to it. So it's good to, like, check the poles and make sure they're screwed in. I'm not that great a bike mechanic myself, but it definitely may, you know, if you feel like investing in some tools or something, it'll probably save you money in the long run.
My empty bag with no packages in it is about 9 pounds. I've weighed it at City Hall, and I have an Allen wrench set, a screwdriver set, a couple customized tools for the customized parts that I have on my bike, a set of vice grips, electrical tape, zip ties.
At least 1 tube, a pump, tire levers, because flat tires happen, and they happen all the time. Usually at the least convenient times as well, in the least convenient places.
You ought to be able to independently solve any problem that you have. You know, I mean, there's some things you just plain can't solve.
When I thought of bike messengering, the only aspect of it that I took into consideration was actually moving through traffic on a bicycle, picking up and delivering. But I think, I mean, of course, that's the essence of the job, but a skill that you need to have is the ability to communicate.
Sometimes you have to forget what happened 30 seconds ago, but remember it for the rest of your career. Like, you have to forget somebody being terribly rude to you or something because you made a mistake in a building.